Hello from IP SoC 26 in California. So I have the pleasure to speak with a person from QuickLogic, and the person is Andy Jaros, he is VP of IP Sales. And I'm happy to speak with an FPGA company because in my past life I did a lot of work on FPGA mapping, place and route, and so on. So QuickLogic, we knew them as an FPGA vendor, and now they go to embedded FPGA. But they have a specialty, and I think Andy will explain the embedded as a hard IP. So I was glad to hear that. So please give us some more details.
Sure. Thank you, Gabrielle. So QuickLogic has been actually in business for 35 years. So we are the same company that's been around forever. We started our FPGA with anti-fuse FPGA chips, which we continue to manufacture and sell. About 5 years ago, the company decided to invest in embedded FPGA IP, and that's where we developed a methodology around open source FPGA, or open FPGA. And then over the years, we've refined it and developed an internal IP generation tool that generates hard IPs based on what each customer needs for their particular application. Supporting that tool is called Australius. Supporting the Australius IP generator is our Aurora software programming tools, which again were developed from open source tools, starting with Yosis and then VPR for the background. And again, over the years, we've invested heavily in improving performance, routability, and capabilities.
So as you deliver now hard embedded FPGAs, you are very close to the technology, so it must be a big work to adapt to cover technology node. Each time you have to do the job to have a good hard IP. So what technology do you cover today?
So all of our IP is developed using standard cells provided by the foundry or the foundry's partners. So what we do is we end up developing hard macro blocks, and we believe hard IP is the best because it gives you the best area, performance, and power. And then the Australius tool combines those blocks to build the FPGA that the customer actually integrates into the SoC. And that's in my previous life selling processors, the people who always wanted to have the best performance in a processor would go through a hardening process as well, even though the processor is delivered through RTL. And so we have that same methodology when it comes to, and belief, when it comes to embedded FPGA. In terms of process nodes, today we support UMC 22, Global Foundries 22 FDX, 12 LP, TSMC 12 FFC, 12E, 6 nanometer, and we've taped out several chips in Intel 18A. So we are the first embedded FPGA company, or any FPGA company for that matter, to tape out FPGA fabric in a sub-2 nanometer process node.
And I don't know if you will answer my next question. So your company does traditional FPGA and then embedded FPGA. But in terms of business, what's the best? Or you can refuse to.
Well, the way I'll answer that question is, I think QuickLogic has the best of both worlds. So we have our traditional business, developing the anti-fuse FPGAs, and then we also have capabilities where we can create custom FPGAs for our customers who don't want to take the effort to do their own say, FPGA chiplet, or they have it, or we can support them when they're doing their ASIC development. So we've got a nice blend of both selling chips and licensing IP, but we've kind of carved it up so we don't compete with our competitors. So we kind of focus on maybe smaller volume markets where it's a little bit more, fits in line with the kind of FPGA business that we've been doing for years.
So thank you very much and wish you good luck.